Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your yearly reading for 2025. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. It's going to be wild and wonderful, but also a little bit chaotic and a little bit weird, okay? But when is it not? Now, I will tap into your personal energy. I'm going to get 1 card per month just to get an overall energy of what is to come for you in the year ahead. And of course, as I shuffle, I'll let you know all the energy that's available to you this year, as well as anything global that I feel we should look out for as well. Also, I'm bringing back the competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on. Let's get straight to your reading first, and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What can they expect in the year ahead, 2025? What's in store for them? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Well, this is going to be one of the biggest years of our lives to date. We can, of course, all feel globally that it will be a bit of a bumpy road ahead. But there are many incredible opportunities available to you personally, and it really does have so much potential. Now, Venus moved into the sign of Pisces at the very beginning of January, encouraging you to walk boldly into 2025 with an open heart, to romance your life a little bit more, add creative flair in all your endeavors, and aspire to the finer things in life. I think they want that card, but it has to come out, yeah. Literally, you're going to be following your heart and filling it with joy this year. It's also a perfect year to find your soulmate if you're searching, or even deepen your current connection if you're with your significant other at this moment in time. But when Mars goes direct from late February, it's an all-out invitation to set your soul ablaze with wild spontaneity and, of course, adventure, as well as hitting your personal targets along the way. This year is more about feeling fulfilled, right to your very core, doing what's really important, the finer things, but also the simpler things in life as well. However, 2025 will also be a bit of an intense year for many reasons. It's a 9-year in numerology, which is the end of cycles. It demands radical change. A new chapter requires a new version of you, and that's exactly your approach to many things this year as well. Now, of course, a 9-year can also be about humanity coming together and, really positive aspects as well when it comes to, a 9 cycle. But we also have karmic cycles coming to an end as well. So, this chapter is all about things ending. 9s are basically cycles that close in order to open up more positive portals for you to transform. And, also there are, major planets hanging out in the sign of Pisces or Aries this year. Unfortunately, I want to call it a clash of fire and water, and we can already see what is going on in the world at the moment. Things will be heating up, and on a personal level, whether you've been good or bad, expect karma to come and visit you in that area as well. Now, of course, 2025 is all about your personal journey. So on a more positive note, it's about discipline, self-mastery, reprogramming to move away from the past, from old hurts, generational toxicity, or even wounding, so that you can be set free and reignite that spark, that lust for life. Jupiter also plays a significant role here too. It wants to reward you for all your hard work, and it will be a fair exchange based on your karmic debt. Now, this energy, it plays a very important sort of role for you on a personal level. Anything that you are passionately creating will leave a legacy, and all you dedicate yourself to really dials up the level of success this year. There's a lot of good luck available to you on a personal level. However, 2025 is the precipice of change, especially on a global scale. And with Saturn and Neptune close to 0 degrees in Aries, which has never happened before in recorded history, a new era is birthing something radical. You may see drastic changes in infrastructure this year, or in industries you work in or rely on. We'll see a lot of CEOs or figureheads of governing institutions stepping down this year. I already mentioned in my previous forecasts that we're going to see that happening across the board. And we've already seen one major one step down, but there's more to come. And let's just say it's just a change of face. However, the old guard still remains in charge, if you know what I mean, for now, though, just for now. And Saturn and Neptune have been conjunct before, of course, but never at 0 degrees Aries, which will be exact as we move into 2026. So this is a pretty big deal. This conjunction has collapsed empires in the past, but never at 0 degrees Aries. This is new, so it could be a fiery clash to topple old structures, rules, regulations, establishments, or traditional ways of doing things suddenly and radically change, because something needs to give, right? There needs to be change. And overall, when we come out the other side, it will be positive, but it gets a little bit bumpy as we move through. Now, for example, most notable Saturn-Neptune conjunction saw the Berlin Wall fall. You can actually Google other empires and their legacies that collapsed during this type of conjunction, which may indicate what we might have in store on a global scale for this year too. And on a personal note, this energy actually is really positive. It helps you challenge yourself to try new approaches, break down barriers, or even try new technology to help you in all your endeavors. This is also the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology, which is overall very auspicious. But remember, snakes can be charmed, and Pluto works extra hard to help you increase your intuition, expose the motives behind whoever is playing the pipe, or indeed whoever is paying the piper. The world is literally shedding its metaphorical skin. Things are shifting, especially in terms of physical landscapes. So personally, you may be on a quest for newness this year, new experiences, new places, new faces, but the Earth itself is also shifting. We'll see more seismic activity, even in areas not prone to it. Large volcanic activity will increase, as well as the potential for water-related events. Areas I'm drawn to in particular are the Pacific Plate, specifically an underwater volcano. That keeps coming up for me. And the Nevada de Ruiz, as well as St. Helens. And a hotspot area will be along the Ring of Fire, and of course the African Plate. Now, this part of the world is an obvious one. They get a lot of activity, but Turkey and Indonesia, we'll see a lot of activity there this year. We'll also see a gradual increase in solar flares affecting power grids until we reach solar maximum, which occurs in July. So keep a torch at hand for power outages, but this too shall pass. And I wish I could tell you that this crazy weather will calm down, but unfortunately, it will only increase. We may even see a Category 6 added to the hurricane system. I hope I'm wrong on that. I really do. But tangible assets, financial structures will also be revolutionized. Economically, we may see a bit of a challenging year ahead globally, but in order to come out the other side positively, we must go through. Okay, and I got to be honest with you there. It is a bit of a volatile energy this year, but it will be positive on the other side. This year, 2025, is a year of sustainability and self-sufficiency. And also, I want you to be aware that, this year it will reveal revolutionary advancements in technology, especially in healthcare. So that'll be really positive there as well. And also, just when you thought you couldn't be shocked any further, Neptune and Pluto gang up on well-known figures in the public eye to expose those who are up to no good, especially the ones on our dime, if you know what I mean. Anyway, this year is about detoxifying, getting back on track, and being successful in all that you dedicate yourself to on a personal level. And also, this year is about removing the layers to see below the surface, to see where you're truly happy, identify that missing ingredient. And also, on a deeper note, the North Node forces us to look at what we've been accepting, that we should deserve more, perhaps. Anything that's caused you pain, sadness, hardship, whether it's a relationship, friendship, environment, or even a lifestyle choice. It's a year to face it head on. but with a smile in your heart, to fully understand what needs to change or what you need to walk away from in order to transform. And in that very moment of empowerment, you realize what you are truly capable of, to transform and transcend, to live life without limitations, as well as aspire to live your best life. Okay, so let's tap in on a personal level just to see what is going on for you. Your first card there is motion, air. So very cerebral month, January. I feel like you're plotting, you're planning, you're strategizing. You know, this is a busy month for you. I feel things start to take pace at the end of the month, but I feel like you've been sort of gradually moving in to January into 2025, just getting back on track, easing yourself in. As you can see, these horses are kind of like coming out of a very turbulent cloud. So a lot of you, 2024 may have been a bit of a doozy year, may have been a bit, challenging or, just changeable is what I'm being given actually as a word for you. So I feel a lot of you are coming through that, okay? I feel this year there's a lot more sort of opportunity on the horizon for you. I feel like your plans are really taking shape. I feel like you are leading with your passions. You're promising yourself to move forward. I feel like you have, your plans grounded. And this card, it can indicate it's a master number. So this is a big year for you. The start of the year, I feel it's as you mean to go on. You are kind of like releasing things that perhaps hurt you or have not been really welcome in your life or have been in some way impeding your progress, because the cloud can indicate things have been changeable, but also it's a bit of a darkened cloud there. So it can indicate that, things have been like blocked or things have been more of a struggle than usual, let's put it that way, but you're coming out of that. The energy is shifting and changing for you. And number 22, as I said, master number. So this month itself is about, detoxifying, decluttering. It's about getting things in order. It's about promising yourself that you're going to make progress. And I see that you are. I see you're very disciplined. I feel like you're mastering your time, your energy. And I feel like you're taking ownership, accountability of your life. Horses are all about progress. And, this card in particular, it indicates that, you are being flexible this year, being open to more opportunity. I feel like you're free to explore this year as well. And a lot of you may do something online, okay, because the air is connected to, the ether, but also technological advancements. So you could be like launching a new business or a branch of your business. Or, for example, if you work for a company, it could be that you're going to see new technology come in or new strategies, new computer programs to help you make some advancements or streamline your time and your energy in the month of January. So there may be some upheaval in, a company is what I'm seeing as well. Whether you work for a company or whether it is your own company, you're an entrepreneur, it could be a change of location, okay? I'm just getting an energy of things being moved around. So it could be a refurbishment. It doesn't have to be an absolute change of location. It could be that offices are moving around or people are on different floors or there's just like a refurb, or I'm just getting that in terms of a career energy. So it could also be that if you're an entrepreneur and you have an office, for example, it could be that you are downsizing and moving to an alternative location where you get a better deal financially, or you could be doing some of your aspects at home, for example, and sort of relocating so that you can save more money for your business. I don't see anything negative or wrong there. I just feel like you are, being very savvy with your finances is what I see there. But on a personal level, I feel a lot of you, whether you're in a career or not, I feel right now this is all about movement, moving in and through. And you're wondering perhaps how is 2025 going to be any different from 2024? But I do see there is a lot more opportunity for you. Feel there's an energy here of you being very empowered. I feel there's a deeper connection with people, being more integrated in community is what I see for this year in general. This card, it can indicate that, you're coming out of a difficult, challenging time. The energy is shifting for you. And I feel also that you're standing up for what you believe in. You're deepening your belief system. You're being mindful of the way that you communicate your needs so that you don't sit there and accept something that you do not deserve. For example, I feel like you are looking at reciprocity in your life in general. But I really get this sense of discipline for you. And I also feel there's an energy of you block booking things to do throughout the year to look forward to. So I'm seeing a diary right now in January. I mean, obviously everyone sort of purchases a diary in January, but some of you may have purchased it a little bit later. It's like you're in January and now you're purchasing it for some of you. But I am getting an energy of you booking things that are going to be interesting to look forward to. The horses indicate that even in January, you will see progress. If you're dedicating yourself to an exercise routine or a diet-related endeavor, perhaps you're focusing more on your sleeping patterns because, motion air can indicate that you're putting plans in motion. You're focusing on your health, body, mind, and soul. Especially mental health, because the air can be that you are trying to manage stress levels and pressure, and you're promising yourself that, you're not going to allow yourself to be overwhelmed this year. You're going to use that wonderful word no a lot more. No is a full sentence. It has a full stop at the end of it, and it means no. So I feel, if anyone's trying to delegate things on top of you or, waste your time or connect to you in a negative way, you're being very strict with yourself and with your boundaries and saying, no, I do not accept this. We have a look here. We've got the Empress energy. Now, this is not a gender-specific reading. I'm clarifying this card, which means you're very talented. You're very gifted. Okay, very productive month. I feel like you're getting a lot done. You're setting the precipice as to what is to come, or you are setting your intentions, shall we say, to focus on your body, your health, nourishing yourself in a different way. I would say that a lot of you are kind of withdrawing into self in order to focus on your projects. I feel like you're powering up. There's a lot of self-care there with that strength card, but also I feel like you are releasing your passions. You're trying to rewild yourself or connect to that wild side of yourself this year. And the Hangman can indicate that, you're releasing the old in order to embrace the new. New knowledge as well is what I see there. Some of you could be literally booking courses of learning or putting yourself out there to upskill or get a qualification or certification this year. I feel it's a very creative month, but I also see that you are focused on, your nearest and dearest. Who are you taking with you in 2025? There's a lot of unconditional love around you, support in this month as well. And for some of you, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, of course. Some of you could be rushing around because I feel very fast-paced month. You could be helping a parent out to do something. I don't see anything negative here, but it could be that you're factoring their appointments or something to do with them. You're helping them out in some way, and you're just, making life run smoothly. It's like you're spinning all the plates in January. Also, if you have children, it could be that, there is an energy of them returning to college or school, whatever it is. I feel this is about me time now. Now you have a little bit more time to either focus on your job if you're in one right now, and, maybe it's more about you having time for yourself as well if you are someone who, the children have just gotten back to college or school, for example. Now, also, if you are currently looking for a job and you have been waiting a long time, because there's an energy here of waiting a long time for something. And I feel there is some sort of managerial role or an opportunity where there is status. Depending on what you do, of course, everyone's going to be doing something different. But if you're looking for a job, I see that, January is a really great month for you to get that job. And February, you really sort of settle into your passionate kind of go-getting spirit where you settle in a role. I feel this is about you getting your dream job opportunity, and you really get to display your skills. A great month to go for an interview, or if you're currently in a role and you're looking for other opportunities, I feel it's a great month for you to also find a new role. You could be leaving one place in order to move into something else where you can migrate your skills and you can really flourish in that role as well. And there's more money. There's more opportunity there for you. Now, in terms of finances, whether you're in a career or not, I feel finances, with the Hangman there, I feel like you're kind of relaxed. You may be trying to multiply your wealth or save a little bit more this month than you did last month. I feel like, if you overspent or there was excess bills and things last month, I feel like you are being a little bit more measured in your spending. so that you can actually, save a little bit more. So I do see more savings in January. There's more to come in February there as well. But a lot of you may be either launching an entrepreneurship. The Empress energy can be not just promotion if you're in a company, but it can be, a dream job opportunity, or you running your own business. And if you're running your own business already, I see that some of you are putting some plans in motion that you've kept back for a little while or waited for the right moment to launch. This is a great launch month, okay? And it's going to be very successful, attract more prosperity there as well. But on a personal level, this is all about focusing on your body, mind, and soul. It can be that you're trying new products, for example, that help you in some sort of beauty routine. My readings are not about aesthetics, but I am feeling it there because, the Empress is about a glow up. It means that people are attracted to you. There's a certain magnetism and gravitas about you. Some of you may actually be pregnant already as well. And it can be that baby is waiting a little bit before being delivered. So it could be that, a little bit after due date, if you're due in and around there, I feel there could be just a little bit of pause. Nothing to worry about is what I see, but I just see that, baby's taking time. So, I feel the measure of your baby's personality is that they're going to be chill. Okay, that's what I'm feeling there too. Now also, I feel with this month, highly creative month, I feel like you could be exploring new ideas this month, strategizing, but I definitely see new knowledge because the Hangman is, to get new perspectives. And you can see there with that Empress energy, there's a butterfly which highlights you're trying to transform your life, bring more prosperity in there, find more, peace of mind, protect your inner peace, but also, connect to things that you love doing. So I feel you've been working really hard on something's ticking over there. I feel like you're getting organized, restructuring. Some of you may literally turn your life upside down a little bit, okay, in order to rewild, as I said, but also it could be a restructure in the home space, DIY, decluttering, things like that. Hangman can also indicate that you're easing yourself in before you kind of like let loose, let the beast within come out and be like, right, I'm on my plans. So I do feel big strategy month. January is kind of like getting back into the flow of things, and then everything starts to pick up pace there too. I'm just going to pull, another card just to get a little bit more detail, because these are the overarching energies, the general energies that you are governed by, where you're going to be able to measure yourself, as it were, during this fast-paced month. So you're on top of things. I feel like you're in the flow. I feel like you're ambitious. You're setting intentions and goals, and you're going after those things. And I feel also there's an energy of feeling free to explore. Yeah, you have the King of Pentacles there, and we have the 10 of Cups. So family and money. Stability and, being serious about what it is that makes you happy. 10 of Cups can indicate that, you are, really grateful for what you have right now. But of course, there's always that thing to aspire to. This family is very happy where they're at. Normally there's a rainbow there as well, but it can indicate that there's always something to aspire to. So you're wondering what's next? What would fulfill you? What is your goal? So I feel you are very goal oriented this month, and also very productive. 10 of Cups also is harmony in families. So if there was a little conflict over the seasonal period, could be there's some make up conversations there, or people being a bit more in harmony after the pressure. Sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves for things to be perfect or things to be a certain way. And when people get together, there could be a clash of personalities or opportunities to have difficult conversations, for example. But I feel with that 10 of Cups, I feel there could be a little bit more peace this month as well. This card indicates that you're aspiring for the good life, that you are wanting more fulfillment. I feel there's an energy of being satisfied with how far you've come in life. There's always something to aspire to, as I mentioned, but I feel there's an energy here of you kind of wanting to romance your life a little bit more. Also, I feel this is about you kind of looking at your family and progressing as a family, or progressing yourself, and your family are really proud of you. The King of Pentacles tells me you're very serious in January. This is like business as usual. That's why I'm getting this energy well, how is it going to be any different? But I feel the opportunities are going to be different this year, and people and the way that they conduct themselves will also be different there as well. King of Pentacles, you're focusing on your finances. A lot of you are in business mode. Okay, you're setting a financial target for the year, which you will hit, is what I see there. but you're attracting more wealth. So second streams of income, or for some of you, roles which bring in more money there as well. And, I would say there's a lot of emails, a lot of texts and documents, really important documentation going on in January for you. For some of you, I feel it's like expiry dates of contracts or service providers renewing things is what I'm picking up on, like rolling contracts. So I would say, just keep an eye on your contracts. If there's anything that you don't want to take with you in 2025, that you actually don't want to have more of, whether it's a subscription or whether it is a service, I'm feeling this energy of a rolling contract. So you may have to contact them because they're going to take the money anyway. And, I would say there's a grace period. I'm feeling about 10 to 14 days grace period, but you may want to keep an eye on your finances for any rolling contract energy. Also, if you set up a free subscription for a certain day trial period, there could be a rolling thing that happens there as well. So again, if you tried something out, don't forget to cancel it if you don't want it long term, because I feel this rolling energy of money just coming out. Okay. Also, some of you, there's a big energy of you wanting to purchase a house this year. Okay, so some of you got some serious financial goals, trying to either move out and have an apartment, or, perhaps rent, or even purchase. I'm getting strong purchase energy. So I feel like you may be very serious about your budgets right from the very get-go. Okay, so I'm really feeling that January is a positive month for a lot of reasons. Now, of course, there is an energy, and I have to honor it, sending so much love out there to all those people affected by the fires right now. Just truly unimaginable and devastating, and so much love. I just can't believe. Yeah. And, looking at this card, it can indicate getting out of the smoke there. It could be getting out and, being safe and things like that. So, again, I'm sending so much love out there, and I hope things progress as much as they can with the circumstances that you've got. I hope you're all safe. That's the main thing, So with a lot of love and respect, I'll move away from that energy, but, my heart is with you. I think all of our hearts are with you at this time, and thoughts as well. So, yeah, but we've got motion air, so I would say, those winds, or, they'll calm down eventually, but yeah, it'll be something pretty intense when we really take stock of the monumental, event there. So I will leave that with a lot of respect and ground myself in that energy. Moving on to February, I almost don't want to move on from that, but yeah. Moving on to February, for the majority energy, we do have the soul, passion, okay? So February, for the majority of you, I feel, my beautiful Gemini, this is about you following your passions and, not letting life get you down. It's really about seeing your plans come together. I feel a lot of you, this is about you moving forward creatively, but it's like transforming your life. You can see your vision, and it becomes your reality. Thoughts become things. And because January is a very cerebral month, air is all about thought. It's about the mind. I feel like a lot of you, there's some really good news coming in February where you can see things taking shape. You can see things clearer in this month. There's clarity, but also things are starting to come together. So I would say tears of joy occurring in February for the majority of you there. That's coming through. This is number 14, which is temperance energy. A lot of you focused on your sense of purpose, of your life's mission. Your true calling is what I'm getting from this card. But also, I feel a lot of you, you've been patiently waiting for something, working diligently towards something with a lot of focus. And I feel that you are basically feeling that things are coming together, or that you can see evidence that what you're working towards is starting to flourish there as well. Now this card, it literally means, what is the spark that lights you up? What is it that sets your soul ablaze with passion? And, you're considering your motivations carefully. I feel a big decision needs to be made in the month of February there for you. And I feel like you have all the answers within you there. You may actually soundboard and get some advice from people around you, but ultimately the decision is yours. You're going to make the right one. Whatever it is, I just feel it's like finally things are starting to look up for you a little bit in February. That's what I'm feeling there with this card. Also, of course, there is an empathy for the world because we've got the world in that eye there. So this can indicate that you're keeping your eye on what's going on in the world in terms of world events. And, you know, you are holding the world in your heart, that there is healing. So I definitely see a lot of empathy. I keep seeing an image of people like looking at their cell phone and then suddenly looking up at a TV and being like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's on that TV screen. And it keeps showing up in this like image and vision. And it's shown up in 2 readings now. Yours is the second reading that it's shown up in this vision. I'm seeing it in the water as I'm scrying. So it could be something on the news that captures your attention. Maybe it's something in your neighborhood that captures your attention. You know, I feel there's something that, yeah, it suddenly captures your attention. I feel it's separate from you somehow, but I will pull a card on it just to see what that is. Let me just go to this deck for that one. This is something regarding this image. Okay, Knight of Cups. No, nothing negative there. Knight of Cups, it could be indicating that, you know, something perhaps that you've been thinking about is, you know, going to come true. For example, you may hear a news story that you've been praying something happens. For example, it can be that, you know, there's a news story about your neighborhood and how things are looking up, how things are coming together. People are, you know, investing in it. I just get an energy that it's positive, okay? But, or maybe it's something alternative and you're like, yeah, let's bring on the alternative. Let's, you know, really tap into the wild and wacky this year. But Knight of Cups, it could be something to do with your industry or something that you are fully invested in or somehow will benefit from is what I'm being given on that. Okay, I mean, it could even be a love story, for example, on the news that you see because the Knight of Cups, it could be that you're attracted to someone, for example, if you have a certain type and you're searching for love. It could be that you see someone on this TV screen and you're like, wow, you know what, I'd love someone like that. And then someone like that actually shows up in your world. February is a great month for love. Of course, Valentine's Day occurs during that month, but if you're single and looking for love, this could be a big month for you to find your soulmate or go to an event where romance is starred for you there as well. But ultimately, the Knight of Cups, you know, when I move away from that image on the TV screen, because I can't see what's on the screen, it's just I see a person kind of like, you know, whatever it is, I'm going to move away from that energy. The Knight of Cups is an energy of you kind of like following your passions, following your bliss, and offering all of yourself, putting 100% into whatever it is that you do, and kind of, you know, seeing the results come to fruition, you know, getting a dream job opportunity, for example, or, you know, getting your heart's desire, shall we say. I would say you get a compliment in this month as well, is what I'm being given. And also praise. I'm getting major praise this month for either a job well done. I mean, some of you could make Employee of the Month. It could also be that you hear about a promotion, for example, that will come a little bit later. I see, you know, it could be a partnership or a new deal coming for you in the month of March there, and you're seriously in it when you come to April. But the Knight of Cups, I feel, is a lot of love, a lot of harmony going on. And I also see that you get to know yourself a little bit more in the month of February, what you're truly capable of, you know, and really proud of yourself there as well. Now, I do see this good news coming in this month, okay? Something that makes you feel overwhelmed with joy. We've got the High Priestess there, okay? So this is a card that indicates that you are, you know, deeply connected to your higher self there. I feel like you are withdrawing in order to focus on something that is truly monumental in your life. I mean, this card, it can indicate that you're blossoming from within. You're growing in your circumstances. So it could be a big personal breakthrough month for you on something, you know, if you have been trying to do something for years, but it's a long, hard road to get to a destination point. It could be that you actually see a monumental breakthrough in this month. I mean, this card is about having faith. You deepen your belief system. I feel this is a card that indicates that some of you It almost feels like you're in between worlds, like you've taken something with you from 2024, even though it's like, new year, new you. I feel like you're doing something long term. Something is ongoing in your life and you're transforming it, and it's starting to really blossom and thrive there for you. This card can also be caution. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card and see why caution with that energy that's coming through. I mean, the High Priestess is mute, so it could be that you're working on something that you don't want to tell anybody about. Perhaps you are inventing something, creating something, needing to copyright something, or maybe you don't have the knowledge to set up some sort of structure and you're trying to get advice on the best way to do that, and you're cautious about who to trust. So let me just see with that. There we have the Nine of Swords and we've got the Sun. Okay, so a lot of you, it could be that you face a fear in this month. It could be that you are actually overcoming something that has haunted you for a while. Could be something emotional, because of course the Nine of Swords is in the mind. It can be something that it triggers you and you identify how to finally process it and let it go. As you can see, that eye is shedding a waterfall of tears. So it could be that, you've been lamenting something or grieving something in your life, and finally, you've grown through it, but it no longer triggers you, or it no longer has the power to influence how you feel. Because the Sun card is like you're finally set free. But also, I feel it could be something that you're worried about that actually, you get news on and find that actually there was nothing to worry about there. Nine of Swords can also indicate that you've been having some problems sleeping. So this may be a month where your sleep is affected a little bit. This may affect your eyes, maybe feeling a little bit gritty or dry, for example. Some of you may actually use eye drops. That's really precise. It may not resonate for everybody, but, this card, it can also be that, you've accomplished something and finally you realize that you're really successful, and that you should try to temper any negative thoughts of doubt or anything like that, because this is a good month for shining your light. You could be revealing something or launching something that you're a little bit nervous about, and it's received really well, but that doesn't stop you from worrying about it to see how it goes. But I feel this is a great month for thriving. Whenever we sit with self and we really are very soulful and do a lot of soul searching, that's when fears can arise. That's when we think about the positive and the negative of our life, where we feel like we're at. And I feel that there is a balance there. Okay, Nine of Swords can also indicate, that someone says something to you that kind of wounds you. Okay, so just watch out for that. It could be someone oversteps a mark in the month of February, or there's a conversation where you feel that was unacceptable. But I feel like you shine a light on it, whether it's in your career, whether it's a neighbor, whether it's a family member. I feel like you really kind of like pull them up on it, not even diplomatically, actually. I feel like with raw passion, you say, hey, no, that's not acceptable. And I feel that, you clear the air on it so it does not fester there as well. This is definitely a cleansing to the past kind of card. So with the Sun card, it's like you're finally free from something. And also, I feel there is a measure of success in February for you. So it could be like you get a role, a promotion, or an opportunity, or, suddenly you're seen for whatever it is that you want to be seen for. If you're like a creative, it could be that you are going to be asked by a gallery to exhibit your work. If you're like a writer, it could be you're getting a publishing deal, or finally you're launching something and you're not sure how it's going to be received. If you're an actor, for example, it could be that you get a manager, or you get a deal, a job, because there's a deal here. Whatever industry you work in, or whatever it is that you're doing, as you move into March, there's a deal, okay? Or you're being seen. It's setting you up for the following month, as it were, because the next month for you is the Sun. So it's a continuation energy where something really positive is happening for you. And when things go really well, suddenly we start to think, well, where's the fly in the ointment? Okay, we're conditioned to expect the worst sometimes, when really I feel like you're shifting your perspective and realizing that you should expect the best because you deserve the best. So I feel without ego, you're actually sort of moving forward and realizing what you're capable of and also what you deserve. There's reciprocity here. A lot of you may also do some very deep, soulful work on the inner child. Okay, that's coming out there as well. And you're seeing how far you've come. And I'm just getting this energy of like, look at me now. Look at me now. So it can be that, you've come a long way from something. whatever that something is, because it's going to be different for everybody. But there's a real breakthrough in February for you. And I would say some really positive news that makes you really tear up with joy, actually. Now, as we move into March, we've got light sun. So there is a lighter energy there. Cathartic energy has been processed and you're moving forward. You feel a bit lighter in this month, but also this is about being in the spotlight for success. So this is where, you know, whatever has come to fruition as in news, suddenly it becomes solidified. I'm actually feeling a deal here, and I'm hearing sealed with a kiss. Random. Okay. So it could be that, I mean, for some of you, if you've just met someone in February, because big month for love in February for you all, if you're looking, it could be that you kind of like put a label on your relationship, that you and your person are like really serious about each other. Sealed with a kiss. I mean, it could also be that some of you partner up in business with a person you already know, that there's a lot of unconditional love between you both, like your bestie or a family member, for example. But it could also be that, you know, you get a deal with a company or a brand or something, and they really love your work, or they love your work ethic, for example. If you're like an influencer online, it could be that you're joining a social media program, or that you are joining a partnership where there is an alliance, an affiliation with that, and you increase your wealth, for example, or you're seen for your hard work. There's an energy here of love, of, you know, passion, you know, and creating new landscapes. If you think about the nature of the sun there, that molten lava that's just flowing off the sun, it's creating new rock, it's creating a new landscape. So something that you're creating is becoming solid, you know, and it feels like you're in uncharted territory, but it's thrilling, it's exciting. Now, of course, there's two people there as well, so it could be that you and your partner are having a getaway in the month of March. Maybe it's a sunnier climates. If it's not something you've booked, it could be something that is spontaneous. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there as well. Number 6 is, of course, the Lover's card, so that's all about Gemini energy. So this is about you kind of like not spreading yourself thin, but doing a lot of things that bring you joy. I see an energy here of you being integrated with family, friends, groups of people. If you are joining, you know, a group to hone your hobby skills or hone your skills in a certain career endeavor, for example, I see people coming together and really enjoying being together, but also like flowing off each other, brainstorming, soundboarding, things like that. Now, of course, this is a very positive card, so it tells me that, you know, March is going to be a very positive month. You're shining your light. More importantly, I feel like whatever it is that you're doing from January and February, you feel a lot more energy in the month of March. I feel like you are at vitality energy, where you are, you know, processing a lot of things, you're multitasking. I feel like you just have new energy where you feel a little bit on top of the world there as well. Now, of course, this card, it literally means that you're grateful for what you have in this moment in March, but also March brings new possibilities and opportunities for you. I feel this is a month of concentration for you. I do see like a little getaway going on there as well, but this is about you kind of like being honest with yourself, being transparent with the people around you, taking accountability for your life, and truly doing something that makes you really happy, brings you joy. Okay, so I see a lot of like events, like catching up with friends, going to festivals, or, you know, markets, just things like being integrated, you know, people seeing each other. Even reunion energy is what I see in this month as well. So you could hear of like a reunion for college, or maybe from your old work, for example. I just feel there's an energy of like, yeah, people catching up after a long period of time. Also, I feel this could be like a hidden talent or hidden gift that you have kind of month, where something that you've been sitting on for a long time comes to the surface. So you could discover it about you, but I feel it's in you already. I feel it's something you know about. So it could be a hidden talent that comes out there, hidden to everybody else, but I feel like you hone it and really own it as well in this month. And for some of you, it's something that could bring you finances, because the sun is all about prosperity, more money, growing wealth. Something you're focused on starts to really flourish there as well. We've got the Death card and we've got the Temperance card. So, you know, you finally cut something out and it set you free. Also, it could be that you're being really honest with yourself, looking at what is working in your life and, you know, doing more of that, for example, and cutting out anything else that, you know, is not working for you. But also I feel something you have cut out, maybe even in the month of January there, you set an intention to cut something out, whether it's sugar, whether it's alcohol, whether it's, you know, caffeine. I just feel that you have the effects of feeling a lot more energy and a lot more clear in thought during the month of March there. You just can feel that it was good that you cut that out, whatever it is. Okay, now of course the Death card indicates something big changes for you in this month, and I get an energy here as well that you are breaking old habits, breaking old cycles, and, you know, creating room and space for something greater. The Death card can indicate that you've closed a chapter on someone who perhaps has been a little bit wishy-washy in your life, in and out of your life, or someone who's wasting your time. That's what I'm really picking up on with this card. But this card, it can also indicate like a resurrection of energy. You know, it doesn't mean something ends. It means there is a transformation, a transition towards something greater. So I definitely see better energy. I see better opportunities. I see a transformation, improvements, and the end of a cycle that has been debilitating in some way there. If you've been struggling with anything in terms of your health, you could see a remarkable turnaround here where you meet a practitioner or someone who can help you, and, you know, they revitalize your spirits, but also they help things be more manageable, shall we say, there as well. But if you really think about this card, really look at it, we've got that, you know, cockerel there, and it's got a scythe, and there's a sun, and there's some clouds over that sun. And you started January with some clouds, and this cockerel is there to cut out anything that gets in the way of your happiness or your progress. And it's really about kind of deadheading the roses in your life, making sure that you take away anything that has, you know, not got a purpose in your life, or you've evolved away from, so that you can actually concentrate on making other areas of your life flourish. So for example, if you're doing a lot of things, because I feel like January could be a month where you nearly spread yourself thin, but actually you're on top of things. By March, I feel like you're fully in the flow of, you know, making sure everything is working as it should with simplicity, but also it could be that you're saying, okay, you know what, I just don't have time for this one thing, so I'm just going to like put that over there. I'll revisit it if I need to, but otherwise I'm going to focus on all the good stuff first. Prioritizing is something I see in this month. Now, of course, the Temperance card is all about, you know, balance, harmony, maintaining the status quo, but it's also about you focusing on your sense of purpose, re-examining your priorities, and that's what I mean by you may be cutting some things out. Also, I would say expiry dates, visas, passports, anything that is coming to an end there. I feel this could be something to look at. Important documents this month is what I'm being given. And I feel like something coming to term, as in not a renewal, not a roll-on contract, something that perhaps ends, like, you know, perhaps insurance on something. You have to renew it, but you'll have to contact them. It's not going to be a rollover. It's going to be something that you have to really contact them and say, hey, things are the same. No details have changed, or details have changed. For some of you, you actually make a big decision with your partner. If you have a high-level commitment already by this month, I feel a lot of you will have, there's an energy here of you and your partner thinking about where you truly belong in the world. Okay, so it could be that you discuss a move and both of you are on the same page and say, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's find somewhere new. And if you're thinking about moving, I see August will be the big month for you to actually go for it, launch it, be brave and bold and explore new territory there when it comes to a location. That's coming through strongly as well. Now, I have to honor it, but the Death card has shown up in the month of March, and it could be an indication that this is like a celebration of someone's life during this month. It could be that there's an important date that you honor. It brings people together to really like, you know, remember a person's legacy and their memory and know that they are still with you. But it could be a month where you kind of like set a candle, you know, for them, or, you know, really feel connected to them because they're around you, because it's a specific important date that you will be focusing on. And there may be, of course, some lament, but more than anything, I feel like you're thinking about the good times, you know, that you shared together. Some of you also, I'm being given this energy of something separate aside from you, where some of you may hear of a passing of someone that kind of was in and out of your life That's what I'm being given. That was kind of like, I don't feel like they're immediately connected to you. I have to honor that energy that's coming out. So I don't want anyone like super worrying. I'm being given energy, it was their time. Okay. Again, with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from this energy, but you could hear news of that. And it could be through a third party. So it could be through someone who knew you both loosely, okay, is what I'm being given. Or you may even see it like on a social media platform, for example, if you haven't heard from them in like years and years and years. And it could shock you, but it kind of reminds you of the memories that you shared together. The warm memories there is what I'm being given. Now, a lot of you are making some massive changes in the month of March in order to turn one thing into another. Whatever it is you are exploring during this month, it's going to be really positive. You know, I feel it may be difficult, don't get me wrong, but I feel it's a very passionate month. Things are heating up for you in a positive way. As you can see, those rainbows indicate that, you know, something unique or special or rare is occurring in the month of March for you, but it requires blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, it could be that you're creating something that is difficult because, of course, the ingredients for a rainbow is rain and sun, and you've got sun there. And the previous month we've got a waterfall of tears there. So it could be that, you know, finally everything is becoming more locked in or solid, is what I see. There's a foundation from which to, you know, view your success from. And now it's about maintaining. So that's where discipline comes in. So this doesn't have to be to do with career. It could be like a diet related thing, or it could be an exercise plan, or that you're going to be more physical. It could be educational. It could also be that you want to be more integrated or do more things in an independent way. So whatever it is, I feel like you're fully in the flow in this month as well. Also, this could be a big month where we see volcanic activity. I hate to give that message, but, you know, I got to honor the energy that's coming out there as well. So as we move into April, we have discipline. I definitely see a time-sensitive issue here in this month, but I feel like you hit the target. For some of you, it could be tax-related. For others, it could be connected to, you know, an appointment. I feel an important appointment, or for some of you, if you have been waiting for a procedure or an operation or something there, I definitely feel that April will be the month where it will go ahead, and I feel it's right on target, okay? And of course, you'll need some time to really reflect and convalesce during this time as well. So take the time necessary in order to do that. But the majority of you, this is more about being very organized and strategic in your plans. It's analysis period where you're in order, shall we say, you're hitting your goals out of the park. And I feel that you're almost like in emperor mode in this month, where you are serious, you're structured. Structure works really well for you because I feel it could be a very busy month for you there. But also, there's a lot of keys I'm seeing in your reading. Are they actually in the cards? I'm not sure. Because I'm seeing lots of keys in the water right now. So either this means more responsibility, or it could mean, you know, you get the keys to a premises, or, you know, maybe you finalize something regarding keys. Keys are all about your destiny. They actually mean a breakthrough, unlocking a door or a portal that was previously closed off to you. It opens for you. So I'm just seeing lots of keys. I mean, it could literally mean that you find a bunch of keys that you've been looking for years, okay? Or it could be that you discover a bunch of keys in your neighborhood and you put it out there on social media and say, hey, I found some keys, you know, if anyone's in this neighborhood, it could be yours. And it could be that you strike up a friendship with this person long term. You know, everything is connected. So I'm just seeing keys. I gotta be honest with you. I'm just seeing keys there. So I'm not really sure what it pertains to. But there are keys actually on this card, lots of them. Actually, there's lots of keys on there. I've just realized I could only see, I don't look at the card very often. Obviously, I can't prove that to you because you can't see my eyes, but, you know, I only glance at it and feel the energy from the cards. That's why I always rub the cards, or I'm looking in the water for images. But I realized amongst the clocks, actually, there's loads of keys. So yeah, it could be that, you know, you're unlocking opportunities for you. You are basically on target with your plans. You're hitting deadlines, for example. Anything that's been time sensitive, I feel like, you know, it's another measure of how you're keeping life running smoothly. For some of you, this could be a busy month, especially if you have children. It could be, you know, bringing them here, there, and everywhere, and at the same time, you know, trying to have your own social life or do things for you as well. I would say this is a big administrative task month. documents, receipts, getting things organized. You know, I really feel this energy of you being focused. You know, also, I feel this is a month where some of you, not all of you, but you may kind of like have a breakthrough when it comes to procrastination. You know, I'm not pointing a finger. We all do it from time to time. But if you find like a root cause or a reason why you just procrastinate, you know, I feel like you unlock it and finally kind of like take control of it, shall we say. But I feel it's important for you to recognize when you're procrastinating, but also when you're just taking some downtime, relaxing, because we all need that, especially since I feel like, you know, you're having lots of wonderful ideas this month. The brain is alive with like new, wild and wonderful things to do, or ideas, having solutions to any problems as well. I feel there's a big problem solving month here too, where you just know what to do and you're clear. If you're taking like a presentation or having an important meeting, because I feel appointments and meetings occur a lot in this month for you, I feel like you're very eloquent and, you know, you say your piece, you're understood as well. So let me just pull another card on that. I mean, the card literally says discipline and time. Okay, thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much. I'm being given an energy, and this is so random, watch repair. So either you work, you know, as someone who repairs watches, but it could be that some of you have to repair a watch in the month of April, or you get a watch repaired after a long period of time. You've just been meaning to get around to doing it, or it could be that someone gifts you a clock or a watch, or perhaps you purchase one in this month. I know it's so random and it's connected to the card, but I'm seeing someone like focusing on the watch right now. So yeah, not a clock. I feel it's more a watch. So I'll just leave that. We've got the sun energy. So again, positive month for you. Things are growing, flourishing. I mean, there could be a lot going on around you where it's very fast paced, maybe even some chaotic energy, but I feel like you're not losing your cool. I feel like you're very grounded in this month, and I feel this is a month of clarity for you. The sun card can indicate also that you're shining your light. You're trying to be positive, you know, trying really hard to not feel overwhelmed, and we all get a bit cranky from time to time, so it could be that you're catching any negative self-talk or any negative thoughts, and you're trying to kind of like reshape that so that you can really dominate your thoughts or command your mind, as it were. That's really hard and easier said than done, but I feel there's an energy of more presence in this month. So it could be that you are, you know, doing some meditative kind of exercises or mindfulness in some way where it really just helps you be focused, clear, and calm in your decisions. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? We have the High Priestess. Interesting, you keep getting the same cards. High Priestess. So this is a big year for you in terms of connecting to your higher self, developing your spiritual gifts. You know, I feel your visions. You know, the High Priestess is all about the vision. Some of you are working on something in secret this year, and you're just seeing the measure of success. And it can be that you feel it's because, you know, you're not telling anyone your plans. But Seven of Cups, the Sun card again. You see me shuffle these cards, and we also have the Nine of Swords again. So it's not without doubt, but I do feel that you're trying to identify or witness, as it were, your thoughts, and how sometimes when you're super successful or when you're about to have a major breakthrough, you know, doubt starts to come, and more dreams and goals are actually ended because of doubt rather than failure. And I don't see any failure here for you. I mean, the Sun card has popped out again. To clarify, you have the Sun card popping out a lot. So big year of vision, big year of warmth, lots of energy, you being really positive, things going your way. These are measures of success. And of course, success looks differently for everyone. For some of you, it could be that, you know, if you tend to swing in your moods, for example, one moment you're feeling really crashing low and then high, it could be that you are finding someone who can help you to temper your emotions or your feelings or your thoughts. You know, the High Priestess can also indicate that meditation will calm you there, but I really feel more than anything, this year is about your vision and what you intend to do starting to really take shape there as well. Seven of Cups, you know, this can indicate that you do have a lot to focus on. As you can see, there's like a victory wreath there, there's jewels, you know, there's a snake there as well, transformation. So it could be you looking at changing things, where you've been successful, you know, how you feel in terms of your finances. I would say this is a good financial month, but it could be that you are kind of like saving for something. I keep feeling this energy of saving for a large purchase. For some of you, it's a car. For some of you, it's a home or a house or some sort of regeneration in the home. It could be an extension or a roof or something like that that some of you are saving for. But I feel like you are going to be on target, but you may actually find that the price is a little bit lower than you thought, is what I'm being given there. Seven of Cups can also indicate that because you have the Sun card twice, yeah, it can indicate that there's a potential to be scattered because there's so much to do, but I feel like you're locked on and you're calmly addressing anything that needs to be done. Let me see. Some of you are actually going to find out a secret in this month as well. Something that someone has been keeping to themselves is actually eating them up. Whatever it is, I feel an energy of regret. They want to tell you. So it could be, for example, that it doesn't have to be a negative surprise. It could be that your friend is pregnant, for example, and they really want to tell you because you're their bestie, but at the same time, they either don't want to jinx it or they want to wait for the right moment, or their partner says, no, we're going to wait until we tell a certain person, family, for example, first. It could also be that your partner has something that they want to get off their chest about something. And, looking at the energy, I feel it doesn't cause a rift. It just feels like you wish that they could have just come and told you, okay? So there could be some big reveal in the month of April there for you. And I feel like you need to withdraw first in order to think about it and how you feel about it, really process it. So you may actually not give this person the silent treatment, because I feel you have been growing in a level of maturity where you wouldn't really do that. But I really get an energy of you just taking stock of things and really working things out before you actually address the situation. But I actually see that it doesn't have a huge impact on the relationship or the friendship or whatever it is. I mean, it could be that your neighbor does not tell you that they're going to be doing some regeneration works in their home, and suddenly there's like lots of noise pollution for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, and they're like, oh, I should have told you, but we've got the builders in, we're doing this, it's going to be 3 months, and you're like, okay. So it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be something that is like detrimental to you, is what I see. But busy month there for you. Now, we do have a lovely card as we move into May, richness. So this could be the pinnacle point financially, where you hit a plateau, okay, financially there. So I feel like you're making headway in your finances. This card can also indicate that some of you are going to be by the ocean, for example. I actually see more of you being by the ocean in August, or going on a large kind of like vacation. I see a quick trip kind of like in March for you all, but I see a larger vacation either being planned or taken in August. But this card, it's about integration. It's about networking if you're in a business, or it's about spending time in the community. I feel there's an energy of everybody coming together, being in the flow of your responsibilities and tasks there as well. I mean, this card, it actually says richness, so I feel like you are kind of very grateful for where you're at this point, but I also see that you are still on top of your responsibilities there as well. Now it is number 32, and when you reduce that, of course, that's 5. 5 can be that you're challenging yourself in a different way. It can indicate that you're focused on all your commitments at this time, because that is the Hierophant energy, and I feel it's a very fertile month for new ideas. Wishes being granted, actually, when you get this month, is what I just heard. And I feel you find more than one way to a solution for something. So if you have like a problem by this point, I feel it's minor, but it could be that you adapt and you find a solution to it as well. And it could be connected to the previous month, is what I'm being given. Okay. Now, it could also be, because I'm just being given this energy of like, when a secret is revealed, because there's so many fish here, it could be like, I knew something was fishy. I knew something was up. It's almost like a continuation. So this secret that you discover or is revealed to you, I feel you may be processing it a little bit in the following month as well. So it's something that makes you really think deeply. But I don't feel in the end it puts a negative spin on things. So I have to just give you what I can feel. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We got the Sun again. I mean, shall I just do like one card for your whole year and say it's the Sun? There's an awakening. You're going through a very positive time, but also in order to go through that positive time, of course, you had to go through a very difficult time. And I feel like you've been going through that, and now you are going to get that karma that I was talking about. I feel people underestimate an awakening. They think it's this wonderful sort of aha moment, an epiphany where you have this realization, the birds are singing, harps are playing. It's not like that. It's about sorting through the mud of life. It's about really taking the lessons and the ones you didn't ask for and realizing, actually, you know what, I didn't want that lesson and it was hard, but I am stronger than that and I'm moving forward. So I feel a lot of you are feeling a little bit more confident, feeling a little bit more empowered, and really shining a spotlight on all areas of your life so that there is no dark corners that, you know, you haven't explored. I also feel, of course, success. So I feel whatever it is that you're maintaining and sustaining, it's continuing to grow. And a lot of you, it is your prosperity. So with that Sun energy, I feel this is about remaining calm under pressure, because I feel some of you, it's a busy month. It's a busy card, so I feel it's a busy month. But you may meet some like weird and wonderful characters that month where you think, wow, that person, they are authentically themselves and they're just a little bit different and I love it. So I feel you could actually meet a friend for life in the month of May there as well. I also see lots of festivals, you know, going out in nature, music, spending time with your nearest and dearest, exploring like new pop-up things in your neighborhood during this time. I mean, there's a lot of raw energy about you. And I also feel study. There's some study going on here. For some of you, you may literally go to like an aquatic center, you know, an aquarium, for example, with your children or something like that. So it could be something that's really like on the nose with the card. But also, it could be that there's just a sense of raw energy, passion, studying something or picking up something that you feel would be beneficial to your life, body, mind, and soul, not just in terms of career, but this is like a positivity card. So I also feel a lot of beauty around this month. So it could be that you find a new product that really helps in some way with something, or you make an addition to a wardrobe, be more flamboyant, or add more color to your wardrobe, for example. As I said, my readings are not about aesthetics, but you're getting the Sun card so much that I feel like you're having the glow up, you know, of the century here in this month, but also in this year is what I see, because there's so much Sun energy going on in the first part of your year so far. So, you know, if you are in a career, you know, that card, it literally means that your boss loves you. It means that even though things are difficult or challenging in the working environment, and sometimes there may be no like support really, I feel like the people who are in charge actually really acknowledge what you do. And, you know, they see that you're really flexible, that you're in the flow, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be a great month for networking and, you know, having links abroad, for example, diversifying in some way, trying new things, or acknowledging that, you know, different clients want different services and you bring it all. You're bringing your A game. In terms of personal development, for example, a lot of you, especially if you're retired, it can be that you're promising yourself to travel more. I feel like you're more focused on family in the month of April, and you have some things that perhaps you need to look at in terms of important documents, for example. But I feel, you know, there is an energy here of getting out there and discovering the world, deepening your belief system, you know, really learning about who you are, spending time with self, connecting to your higher self, developing your intuition. And some of you may also be thinking about retiring this year. I mean, a lot of you are thinking about your retirement plan, so you're focused on, you know, investing in yourself, especially since we've got the Page of Pentacles there. This is really about your investment in self, or investing in the things that bring you joy, but it could also be like investment in pension plans, or, you know, repayment plans where you're taking down debt, for example. Some of you may have also promised yourself that you're actually going to retire this year, and I see a big kind of leap for you where you may be thinking about the time, but I feel a lot of you may really make that decision. I'm seeing like June time, August time. These are the two times where I feel like you're serious about it in June, saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And then suddenly in August, you're like, it's done. I feel like you may kind of like say, that's it, I'm deciding to retire. And that may be the month where you kind of finalize things. And I feel it may be hard for you to get into the rhythm of it, where, you know, you're at a different pace, which means you can do anything you like, which is great. But at the same time, it can mean that, you know, your friends or family are retiring at different stages or different times. So it can be that you have to adjust your time. And it may be that the different pace is a little bit hard to get to grips with at first. But ultimately, I feel that you find your soul tribe. You meet new people and, you know, you get into the rhythm of it is what I see. But that's if you're retired there too. Now, I'm clarifying the month of May still. So this card indicates, you know, new money, or your money is at a peak. As I said there, that golden coin is raised up. So I feel like, you know, you have increased finances there. A lot of you are going to hear news about your jobs or about your career or your industry, for example. There could be new opportunities there. A lot of you may apply for something this month as well, and I feel it all comes together and is finalized pretty much by August. So if it's you've been either in education for a qualification, certification, it could be that you're set free to, you know, upscale or move to a next pay grade by this point. A lot of you also, it could be that you're investing in something, either a car or, you know, some sort of like property. You're moving money around as well. And it coincides with some sort of new start that happens for you in August. I feel for a lot of you, it could be that you may find a new avenue or a new environment, and it all takes shape in August for you all there. Page of Pentacles, news. Pages always bring news. It's something solid, something that perhaps you've been diligently focusing on, persevering with. But I feel this is about, you know, prosperity sort of showing up for you, the payoff month for you here with this. And I feel like you're a doer. So I feel like you're connecting to all things. There's a lot going on there in that month for you. We've also got the Two of Pentacles, moving money around, okay, multitasking, but also maintaining balance there. Two of Pentacles can also be that you're remaining consistent, I feel like your financial acquisitions may go up. There may be like a fluctuation in the markets during this time. You know, I don't really know anything about stock markets, but it could be that there is a dip in the market, but things go up again. This could be the same with pensions, a dip, but then it goes back up again. But the Two of Pentacles indicates that you may be having to make a decision in this month. So an opportunity could come along, or a new client, or something that you need to look into. And I feel there is an energy of being flexible. For some of you, this could be connected to a neighbor or to a family member where you have a discussion, and you may have to be flexible. Doesn't mean that you're, you know, compromising your morals or your beliefs. It means you may have to kind of like be flexible on something and get the best of both worlds, where both parties, because there's two energies here. We have the Lover's card. So a choice needs to be made. Obviously, something comes in, whether it's an application for something or news on something. I feel like you will take your time making that decision. You're not rushed into it, but the Lover's card can indicate that you and your partner finally decide to do something, and, you know, you're kind of like moving towards making that leap. With the Lover's card there, it could also mean choice, of course. It used to be called the Choice card. So I feel like you may be looking at your options regarding something. This could be that you're looking at your options to purchase a car, okay? It could be like, where am I going to invest my money? I really want to purchase this car, but it's a little bit expensive. How about this car, a little bit less expensive? Or you find the car that you really want at a better deal. Also, the Lover's card is about manifestations, okay? It can indicate that something that your heart has been yearning for suddenly starts to materialize for you, and, you know, you are now acknowledging that you've done that one thing, and now you're on to the next, okay? I feel this is a month of, you know, being quite busy, but being in the flow of life there, being in the rhythm, shall we say, being flexible to change. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you may actually course correct in this month as well. It could be that suddenly you've come to a decision where you want to do something different, completely different. You may shock a lot of people with it, but I feel this is about variety being the spice of life. Now, as we move into the month of July, we have building atoms. So things are becoming very solid. I feel this is about you compartmentalizing things, but they're all coming together. As you can see, this figure is in a ship, a boat, which represents the journey of life and all those golden opportunities. This person is picking and choosing which ones. These ones were not for this person, but these ones may be, and these ones in the boat certainly are. But this is also about, you kind of expanding on whatever it is that you are currently doing in the year. This card, it really means that everything is connected and that you are kind of like using those building blocks to create something really exciting for you. I would say this is an electric month for you, where you get really excited or enthusiastic about something, and you're promising yourself not to get stagnant. As soon as you feel a bit stuck in a rut, you're promising yourself to completely like plot twist. So I feel like you're keeping things moving. The universe actually wants you to keep moving, so I feel rewards you for something here as well. But I also feel, there's a lot of growth in this month, but there's room for more is what I'm being given. I'm not really sure what that means. If I get another sun card for you, I'll be like, you know what? Let's scrap the whole reading and just give you the sun. Let's just say it's going to be the sun. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We've got the High Priestess again there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. My guide said go again, so here I am going again. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and we've got the Strength card. So yeah, lucky month for you. I would say plot twist month as well. Expect the unexpected, but good news, good fortune, and good luck. I'm actually seeing a horseshoe for you, okay, right now. Now, horseshoe did come up in one of the readings, but I can't remember. It was for January. I can't really remember which sign got it, but I'm seeing horseshoe for you right now, which of course it symbolizes good luck and opportunity. But horseshoes also connect to like the home space. It can be, sometimes people hang a horseshoe over the door, but I feel this is more like solidifying your luck. This is a fortunate month for you for changing things up, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about changing cycles, changing lanes, and we've got that High Priestess. Intuitively, you're developing your instincts and being open to be flexible, and we've got that Force to be reckoned with card, which means, you're being bold and daring, doing something different in this month, diversifying. A lot of you may have been promising yourself to be more nomadic this year, or take more travel, or actually bring your business on the road, or maybe like network on the go, or, maybe go to a different place to explore what it's like to work there. And I feel this would be a lucky month to really kind of like put a base somewhere and really trial it, for example. But the High Priestess indicates that you're continuously blossoming, you're honoring your higher self, you're believing in yourself, and the mystery of the universe is that things are coming together. Things that perhaps you fought really hard to achieve a long time ago that didn't go the way you hoped for. Maybe you had some setbacks, but everything seems to be like on the right path in this month there. Now, also, because we've got two cards that show up with eyes, a lot of you could be paying close attention to eye health this year, just in terms of if you work with a screen. It could be that you're making sure that you visit a practitioner to check out your eyes, maybe keep on top of eye drops, pressure, or prescriptions. If you have glasses, for example, that's coming out in this month as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? Eight of Swords. Interesting, because I mentioned that, the universe does not want you to be stuck. So the Eight of Swords could indicate that, you feel something needs to change in this month. You've hit a plateau. You feel that you need to make some adjustments in order to move forward. We've got the Devil card, yeah. The Devil card, this would be a month where you may be tempted. If you've given up something in the year, whether it's, a substance, or whether it's a lifestyle choice, or whether it is, something that perhaps has been negative, maybe even a relationship, maybe an ex, this could be a month where there's temptation. So I would watch out for that as well, but I see that you're moving away from that. It could be that you identify when you're under pressure or when there's a setback, for example, and I don't see a setback here, but it could be that you look at where you reach for the quick fix, okay? Whether it's, if you have an argument with a partner, for example, and suddenly an ex, enter a stage left, you're like, okay. It could be that suddenly you remember how passionate things were with your ex, but actually you realize that that person was not emotionally available to offer you love. And although you've had an argument with your partner, it can be that you actually really love your partner and say, you know what? We can get over this argument, and I'm like canceling out the past. I'm definitely not going to revisit. But it could be that you realize that sometimes when things go like into a challenging mode, you could reach for the quick fix. Okay. And I'm only just giving you that as an example. I'm not saying that's going to happen, of course. It could be that, if you're like me, when pressure hits, you reach for a packet of biscuits, for example, and suddenly you've gone through the packet and you're like, well, who ate all of that? And you realize that you're only the one person in the apartment and it was you. So anyway, I'm just really highlighting that, you could be looking at where you reach for that quick fix, or where you're tempted to feel fear or overthink something or be rooted to the spot. I feel this is about knowing that everything is connected, both the good and the bad. Many, many years ago, for example, I went through a horrific time where it was tower after tower after tower, and I literally lost everything. Lost my home, lost my relationship, nearly lost my health. And I was so lucky to have my family and that I could, rely on them for support and move in with them and, all of those things. But it was literally everything in the space of a couple of months. And I was just shook. And I was like, well, what next? And I kid you not, this calmness came over me. Like, I was like, okay, I trust the process because I've got nothing else. So, I've got nothing else to lose, really. So I kind of like stayed very still in my life, almost like Eight of Swords energy. Be really still. The swords are not pointed at that figure. They are protecting that figure, okay? Whilst that figure does some inner thinking. That's blind faith. That figure is blindfolded. So it's really about going inside to see where you've been feeling stuck. Because the tower comes along when you've seen the signs and you ignored the signs. And I saw the signs in a lot of things. My job was toxic. It was hurting me. I was getting really unwell because they were just mean and, it was highly pressurized, and I was just like, I need the money. I got to stay. In fear, I stayed. In a relationship, I woke up every morning knowing that it was very toxic and realizing that this is not my life. This is not what I thought things should be. And when things got to a critical point, the universe was like, you need to leap or you are going to be stuck in something that is like going to be detrimental to your health forever. Okay. And it was like everything got removed, but I saw the signs. And when I stayed very still, suddenly, all the things I really wanted in my life that were not coming suddenly started to be delivered in stillness. I didn't even do anything. Job opportunity came my way that I just thought about. I was like, I really love that. But, I've tried for years. It never happened. Suddenly, the universe was like, here it is. And I was like, what? And, everything else started to fall into place. I'm not seeing any tower energy here for you. But I'm highlighting that, sometimes in stillness, when we are given an opportunity, we think that the pause is us feeling stuck. We start to overthink it, but actually the pause is given so we can liberate ourselves and set ourselves free. So there could be like a realization of something that you experienced that has made you feel stuck or, bored or kind of like frustrated, because the Devil card can be frustration. It can be like a measure of pressure. It can be, fear. It can be overthinking. Whatever it is, I feel like you're going inwards to really identify it, be really honest with yourself and say something needs to change, because this is a very changeable card, but it also indicates you're picking and choosing and things are coming together for you. Also, this card can mean that you're trying to live your passions. And sometimes we get a little bit burnt out. Sometimes we do need to take a pause. We don't have to have everything exciting all at once. And that's the thing with love and relationships. Noticing that a loving, healthy relationship, it doesn't have to be like a mile-a-minute passion all the time. It's about sitting with each other, sometimes in silence, and saying, you know what? I feel comfortable enough to do that. So I feel this is about you noticing some sort of drama that you're trying to kind of like remove yourself from there as well. So let me just go one more. Five of Pentacles. For some of you, because I feel that a lot of you may be purchasing something big in the previous month. For some of you, you could be a little bit worried about finances, or that now you are kind of like compensating for the fact that you made a large purchase. You're holding yourself to task, saying, okay, I'm not going to spend so much because I just bought that car, or, I've purchased a home, so therefore, I'm going to now look for discounts and deals. Five of Pentacles can also indicate that, excess worrying can make you feel a bit unwell. For example, Five of Pentacles, this could be a month where you need to protect your immune system because you may be really busy the month before, and now as you slow down the pace a little bit more, it can indicate that suddenly a seasonal cold hits or something like that. So just watch out for that. Five of Pentacles can indicate something that you feel you lack. It's like you identify a missing ingredient and then you go searching for that other missing ingredient. Remember, we all want different things. And I feel it's something that you can take control of, though, as well. Now, we move into the month of July, which is all about magic. And this is a card that indicates that you take things into your own hands. And this card, it literally means a miracle ascent. Okay, so I feel if you are experiencing something challenging in the month of June there, I feel that July sends you that miracle in order to break free. You know, this card is also about magic being found in the world. And sometimes we're under pressure or things are challenging and we don't see it. But I feel you realize the magic is within you. Something within you changes in this month and I feel it transforms your life. So this is a big personal discovery month for you. So let's go and see a little bit more. I mean, it says alchemy, magic. I mean, it can indicate that a manifestation that you thought would never, ever, ever show up suddenly happens for you. It could mean that, you know, you thought something was going in a certain direction that you were not happy with in the month of June, and suddenly July, it's all transformed and there was nothing to worry about. If we can get that card up. The Tower, okay? As I said, I didn't see the Tower in the month before, but we got the Tower now as well. So maybe that's why my guides gave me that story about me. I don't like to bring me into the readings, but whenever something shows up that I have to talk about regarding me, there's obviously a reason, and I was talking about Tower energy. That doesn't mean I'm influencing the reading. I want people to be aware of that because I tap into a different part of the energy. But the Tower restructure. Now, towers are not negative, they just mean surprise. So it could be that you literally do some major development in your home, or perhaps you have a sudden bill that surprises you because that Five of Pentacles came out. So it could be the end of kind of June into July that this shocks you. It could indicate something like really shocks you, like that miracle I was talking about. But the Tower can also indicate that things have got to a critical point in some area of your life and something needs to change. It can indicate also that the pressure is on this month and you're praying for a miracle that you get there. Okay, it can indicate that you're a little bit more sensitive than usual during this month, a little bit more cranky because the pressure is on. I don't like to give that message, but I have to honor the energy of the card and be super honest with you there as well. You know, whenever you get a Tower, it basically comes after the Devil card. It's super positive in my mindset because the Devil card is to feel a bit stuck or be triggered by something where you're tempted to have the same kind of response or reach for the quick fix. But the Tower is like liberation. You liberate yourself out of feeling stuck. You know, it could be that you're going through something on your own here, you're not telling anybody, and suddenly you find a solution and you're breaking free from it. If you think about the nature of a tower, you're in like a tower, and that's like a castle, right? So if you're in a castle and it feels really nice, but it feels a little bit boring, a little bit dull, like, okay, you've got yourself in a routine, you're going round and round in circles on something, suddenly you feel the pressure that you want to change, you want to transform. So it can be that you're actually liberating yourself out of something. But when you get a Tower, it means that you may have ignored a sign on something, okay? Or you didn't see something coming and it hits out of the blue, but it transforms forever. And it feels that, you know, these butterflies, they're exiting the Tower. So that means they are not kind of really affected by it because they intuitively got out of the Tower before the Tower went on fire. But it can also indicate that, you know, something got to a critical point, and if you stayed where you were at, you would be stuck and it would not be good for you. But you decided to take a leap of faith and, you know, remove yourself from a situation. So I feel this is a big month of like changing your life up in some way. It could be an epiphany, it could be a sudden realization, you know, that something needs to change, or that you are shaking up your whole world. As I said, a lot of you are doing something radically new in the next month. So it can be that suddenly you're trying to get everything in order and it feels like chaos. It feels like upheaval because it is, because you're moving to a new house or you're moving to a new neighborhood or new country. So whatever it is, you know, this could be that it's in your hands, but also, you know, the universe is supporting you in this endeavor, and I feel it's a liberating energy. Also, lightning bolts are high frequency energy, so it can indicate that, you know, when that high frequency energy hits, it means that anything that is not stable and true, it actually falls apart for you to rebuild. You know, this could be like frenemies, for example, someone revealing their true colors, that you thought that you had invested in a friendship and suddenly they do something that you're like, say what? what is that? And you kind of like, the breakdown of the relationship makes you identify what's really been going on, but also you get to rebuild either with them or without them. That's your choice. So let me just go and pull a card on that Tower. I mean, the Tower can also indicate, of course, tension. You know, you're under a lot of pressure in that month, but, you know, coming out the other side, I feel like you're really bold and brave and you've faced something. I also feel that, you know, the Tower, of course, it can represent a shock. It can indicate something really rocks your world in this month. But let me just see what that is. Because it doesn't have to be like negative. It could be that suddenly, you know, you and your partner get pregnant and you were not expecting that, or you hadn't planned it, for example. It could be that suddenly your landlord tells you that, you know what, they're selling up and you have to move to a new apartment, for example. So, you know, it can be something that just takes you by surprise, but you manage it, whatever it is, okay? We have the Six of Cups and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, if you know my readings, the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower, they tend to show up together, which just means it's a surprise, and it could be a nice surprise. Six of Cups, someone from your past could surprise you. That's probably why I got that energy of like an ex, okay? So it could be related to that, but the Six of Cups is a nice surprise from the universe. I'm not saying it's a nice surprise from your ex for some of you, but I feel like you will manage that. But whatever it is, the surprise brings you peace. The Wheel of Fortune, this is destined to happen. There's no avoiding this. Whatever is going to happen in that month, you cannot avoid it, but it will like bring happy memories is what I'm seeing there. And this could be a surprise offer because something's being offered to this figure. It could also be a surprise memory. Like you start thinking about someone and suddenly they message you and you're like, oh my gosh, we're in sync. I was just literally thinking about them and they've messaged or called. So it could be something like that, okay, that's coming out there. Wheel of Fortune, your fortune or your fate changes and it's positive because this is the universe bestowing some generosity upon you. So it could be that, as I said, if a frenemy reveals who they are, that's the universe being really generous, saying, look, I helped you catch that person out, so they're no longer blocking your prosperity. You know, sometimes things happen that are dramatic and shocking, but it is positive. It's for our highest good. Even though when we're in it, we just feel a little bit like hurt or sad or devastated, but it can be that, you know, you needed that to happen in order to set yourself free, in order to move on in a more positive fashion. So that's coming out there as well. I'd expect good news in this month as well. It's not doom and gloom is what I see there, but you could also hear some news about a person from your past and it shocks you. Okay, now this doesn't have to be negative or positive. I can't really get a reading or a measure of that energy, but you may hear from somebody about someone in the past and the news, it shocks you. Okay, that's coming through there as well. Now, as we move into the month of August, this is a big month for you to do something bold and daring. This is you like exploring and discovering new landscapes or new things. So I feel a lot of like hobbies in this month for you. It says here, oceans, bravery. Some of you may literally go to the ocean here. You could be exploring a new destination, a new vacational destination there. But ultimately, this indicates that, you know, things are changeable, but you are staying afloat. You're managing things. Everything's all good for you there. I feel like you are on top of your world and you are balanced there as well. Now, of course, this card, it literally means that you're going forward and exploring. And, you know, also, because it's off the back of the Tower energy, I feel the Tower is good news. And I feel it kind of like pushes you to come out of your comfort zone. The Tower can literally be that. Come out of your comfort zone because you've got to a certain plateau. And I feel, you know, these months here, you've got to that plateau and you want to do something a little bit different. You know, this card literally means that you won't see much if you always keep the shore in sight. You know, it's about coming out of that comfort zone. So be bold and brave in your choices when you get this card. I feel a portal of opportunities opening up for you. And I feel it's something that's not to be feared. I feel it's something to embrace and something that gives you a new lease of life. This is a very playful month for you as well. I see you being open-hearted. I see you like connecting to your wild side, but also to your childlike spirit. There's something here. I mean, for some of you, it could be a big old festival that you're going to where you can really just, lose yourself in the moment, for example. But I also see that some of you could be migrating during this month, or if you've done that, it could be that you finally settle somewhere that, is further afield in a different country, a different state. I feel an energy of movement in this month as well. So definitely travel going on here. But I feel more than anything, this is about you to sort of like be bold and daring. There's also an energy here of... as I said earlier, someone close to you revealing a side of themselves that you haven't seen before, and it could shock you. That's what's coming out there. But let me just pull a quick card on that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I'm actually seeing trampolining, random, okay? So if some of you said, you know what, I want to be someone who does trampolining, then... maybe that's you I'm tapping into. I mean, it could be that this is a month where you just bounce from someone. I'm not sure, but I'm just seeing trampolining. So perhaps, if you think about the nature of someone trampolining, they get to see higher. They get to see over fences. They get to see, over greater distances because it's an elevated perspective. So maybe it's that. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Or it could be like an up and down kind of month, for example, or you're just getting over something that was a little bit up and down there. Okay, we got a lot of energy here. So yeah, Fool card, I could definitely feel that. The inner child being a little bit more playful, a lot of potential in this month. This is a brand new start. Fool card with that bravery, oceans, is you exploring new territory, taking that leap of faith. Remember, out of a tower, two people, they leap. And this is the big leap. So whatever it is, I feel it's actually positive, but you're really going to enjoy this month. And there's a lot of fun to be had. Really sociable energy, people coming together, definitely with that, Lover's card there. But also I feel this is about following your heart, making great decisions there. But I feel like you're tempering your energy. You're being very focused. There's something magical about this. I feel like, you are very creative in this month as well. But you've got the Hangman, and you've got the Emperor there as well. So very strict with yourself, but also very focused on relaxing and having fun. I feel like you're still on top of your responsibilities, organizational energy. For some of you could visit parents, or there's a coming together of family in this month as well. But what I see here, especially since you have the Fool card, back in the day in Tarot, the Emperor energy, there was always a Fool in the back of the card to remind the Emperor to have fun. So it can indicate that life is pretty serious, you're focusing on your goals, but remember to have the balance of fun. Don't get stuck in a rut or a cycle of repeat. So I would say some of you, especially in the month of August as well, you could get some like professional advice on something, whether it's a structure, a legal structure, or whether it is some sort of document or contract that you sign. Maybe you get like advice on something health related. I just see you like reaching out to someone who's in a position of authority to help. There's definitely advice there. I would take that advice. I feel it's really solid advice. But also I would say don't rush into it. For some of you, I'm just getting an energy, you may want a second opinion, and the second person's advice also kind of gives you the same opinion, but at least you got that second advice where you feel, okay, I did get the best advice. That's what's coming out there. Four Swords and the Moon card. So I would say some of you may go off grid during this month as well. Four Swords is, of course, to get a lot of rest, protect your energy. It's about meditation. It's about recuperation. For some of you, it could be that, you're recovering after a shock or a surprise on something. But the Moon card, it can indicate that, you are trying to have the best of both worlds. Some of you, it's like being more independent with that wolf energy, because there's a dog and a wolf on that Moon card. The dog can represent comfort, spending time with companions or people you really care about. It's about sharing time, but also it can indicate that you're unsure of the path ahead and you feel that you need to really be cautious. But actually with the Four Swords, it's like relax. There's normally stained glass window there. It's like, relax, you know, you are covered, you're protected there, and something you've been praying for or wishing for is actually going to come as you wish it to be. It's like you're reflecting after something happened. So you may withdraw briefly in this month to do something a little bit different. Again, you may not be telling anyone about it. But the moon card, you could feel a bit sensitive during this month as well, especially if you're trying to come out of your comfort zone. It can make you feel a bit anxious, but I feel you're making the right decisions there for you. Now, as we go into the month of September there, we have rock endurance. And as you can see, this is challenging. The rocks can represent, you know, not an environment where it's fertile for things to grow. So it can indicate that perhaps things are a little bit like, not tough, but a little bit challenging there, and this tree still manages to plant roots and grow. So it means circumstances outside yourself may be a little bit challenging, but still you thrive, still you're grounded, still you're protected, and still there is stability and security there for you as well, especially when it comes to your finances. I mean, for some of you, there may be some sort of market volatility financially. There may be a dip in some currency or something in and around that tower energy that came out there for you, but I feel like you're still on top of your financial goals. I would say this card also indicates that, you know, you've challenged yourself to do something a little bit bold and daring, and whilst it's hard, you're enduring it. You're still moving through it. You're not giving up on it, and you're actually going to be very successful at it. So whatever the challenge is, I feel like you are meeting that challenge head on, and, you know, you are grounded in that situation, and, you know, there is steady success there for you too. Trees always represent wealth, knowledge. So it could be that this is you sitting some exams, for example. It could be that you've been in training for something and finally you are having an exam period. It could be that you're passing a test. Maybe you're doing a driving test, for example, or a college test or something. Maybe even a master's degree. What's the other one? PhD being given. Some of you may be doing that, or a doctorate. Getting energy of, you know, whilst it's challenging, I feel like you are at the top of your game, and actually it's going to be very successful indeed. A wealth of knowledge sees you at the top, so good grades getting you through that there. I mean, it's number 20, which is judgment energy. So whatever it is, it's connected to your true life's calling and mission. You may feel judged in this month, and that's what I mean. Some of you may enter a competition or, you know, pass a test in this month. They're very important there too. Now, this card, it literally means that slow and steady is the way to success. Okay, so the pace kind of slows down in this month, and the obstacle sometimes is through, rather than around it, rather than, you know, conquering it. It could be that you have to move through something that seemed a little bit difficult, but actually progression will be made. Okay, do not be discouraged by the slow process in this month. Sometimes when we're in the middle of something, it's hard to see progress, but you are making progress in this month. But I would say that this is not a big bells and whistles month. It just feels like you're maintaining, sustaining. I would say you're just keeping life running smoothly in this month. That's what I'm feeling from this card. Okay, bit of a lull month. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the High Priestess. I feel, you know, you're always flexible. I mean, it's a good month. We have the Wheel of Fortune there. This could mean like there is some surprise, but because we have the High Priestess, it's like you knew it was coming. So again, I feel it's something that you preempt or you're aware of. And, you know, as I said, I feel nothing really takes you by surprise in this month, or there's nothing really challenging to a negative degree. You know, I feel it's still prosperous there for you. Something is still growing for you. So I feel throughout the year you're working towards something. This could be that you're working towards your financial freedom, independence. It could be that you're working to set up your own practice. It could be that you're working to really enjoy your you know, retirement. Whatever it is, whether you have a project, personal development project, I feel it is developing nicely. It's ticking over there for you, and I feel like you're on target in this month. I actually feel it's quite a quiet month there for you. And some of you, if you grow your own food, this could be a really great month where things come to fruition. And I feel there's an energy where it may have taken a little bit longer to grow than usual, but it's ripe for the picking in this month as well. Now, we do have the month of October there for you, and this is a quiet month, really quiet. So as I said, the pace starts to slow down here. a little bit more settled. You know, we've got the snow there. This is a month where you may go off grid completely, withdraw into self, quiet time, you know, no distractions. This person is actually sleeping. So it could be that you get better quality sleep, or you just take some time out, or actually have longer sleep. You know, sometimes when you're on the go, you can operate on like, well, certainly I do, operate on 5-6 hours sleep a day if I'm lucky. Sometimes that's interrupted, but sometimes I may have this big long sleep where I'll sleep for like 14 hours on a day off, for example, and it's like the whole kind of year of like operating at a certain level finally catches up with me, if you know what I mean. So it could be that you have better, deeper, longer quality of sleep in this month. It's number 16, which is, of course, Tower energy. So it could be that whatever you experienced that was a shock, now you're kind of over it. You're done. It's kind of like frozen out, as it were. This could be a friendship. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. This card, it literally means clarity, mountain. So you kind of like getting to the top of the mountain, something that was a struggle or a little bit difficult is finally conquered, okay? And you can relax. So this could be a personal project, as I said, or something finalized finally throughout the year, or you just feel like you're in a really good position to kind of like relax now, that you don't have to be in that flurry of activity. Also, this card, it literally means that, you know, there's an advantage to looking at things from a higher perspective. I feel you may have been too close to something, so you needed to reach a higher perspective. You couldn't see your progress on it, but now in the month of, you know, October, you really can. I feel this card, there is an energy here as well at looking at the bigger picture and, you know, not kind of like making a big deal out of anything, not allowing anyone to, mess with your inner peace, shall we say, and kind of like just distancing yourself from any sort of drama or anything that could be potentially negative. Also, I would say this is a month where you may see things on hold, delays, or products not showing up on time. So just watch out for that. Book anything a little bit earlier than you want it to come in, because there could be some delays that month. We got the Sun card again. So again, it's positive, but I mean, for some of you, it could be that you actually connect to plans that you've put on hold. You know, if you think about the nature of the sun, it will, of course, melt the snow. So it could be that you soften on something, or it could be that you revisit something that you've put on ice for a little while, but now it's your priority. So you may go off grid in order to focus on that. I mean, also, you're learning a lot about yourself with the sun energy. This is personal development and growth, clarity. The sun is always a spotlight on knowledge, or seeing your visions come to light, or just knowing what to do there as well. So the sun is showing up for you. Snow-peaked mountains, should we say, and the sun is coming up over the snow. So even though things feel they've been a little bit dramatic in this part of the year for you, the sun is still shining. You're still trying to be positive, and you're still on top of things, and your vision is still going as it should be. You know, things are still working for you. So let me just quickly pull a card on this for you. We have the Nine of Wands, a little bit wounded, okay, on something. I feel there could be something with a friendship, as I said, with that Tower energy, but the Nine of Wands indicates that you're not giving up on something. You've taken a little bit of time out. You know, the Nine of Wands is protective energy. It's protect your circumstances, as in move yourself away from drama. You know, this is the wounded warrior. So you could be doing something bold and daring there, as I said, in August. And now, you know, this fresh new start is giving you life, but you're exhausted. This is, you know, close to burnout. So this is a month where you must take good quality rest there. The Fool card actually indicates that you may be a little bit playful and do things like hobbies, but you may not integrate so much. I mean, maybe at the end of the month, you may be a little bit more sociable, but the majority of that month, I feel it's quality time for you to really assess life as well and reevaluate circumstances too. I feel like lots of new things are bubbling up for you in this month, new ideas, new projects, new ways of doing things. But I feel it's like you kind of like revisiting perhaps something that you thought was a setback many years ago or a couple of months ago, or it could be something that you feel you need to like connect to, that you've already like put on ice. It was an idea that you had, but you went, I'll try that another time. You may launch it in this month, but I feel, you know, you are kind of like honoring your own energy and not allowing anyone to see what you're doing in this month until you're ready to launch it, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be a career thing. It can be, you know, a new style. It could be that you discover something about yourself and you want to own it, and you sort of reveal your new identity, for example, and you are not sure how people are going to accept you on that. But actually, I feel people really love who you are at your core. So I feel there's a lot of acceptance. You know, this is a very specific message for someone in that month. I see a lot of acceptance around you. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Now, as we move into the month of November, we've got 21 there, which means very goal-oriented month. This indicates as well a lot of integration. So I do see a lot more social activity going on here, spending time with friends, family. It says companionship. So this is about your nearest and dearest. Who's got your back? This is really like 7th house vibes, where you're thinking about the relationships in your life. So I feel this is about deepening your friendships and relationships with the people that you've decided remain in your life. This card also indicates that we all have a superpower, and you are recognizing yours. If you've gone through a challenging time at some point during this part of the year, I feel like you have shown your true colors as someone who's bold, brave, and superhero for dealing with it. I feel like you come out the other side renewed and everything is great again. Now also, this card indicates some of you will help somebody in this month. So it could be someone who's really close to you, could even be a stranger on the street. You could actually really come to someone's aid in this month is what I'm seeing there. Now, if you're like in a career or in a company, even if you're an entrepreneur, this could be a month where you actually do some sort of training in terms of health and safety or first aid, for example, maybe even fire warden training, because I'm getting an energy of you kind of like stepping up to be in a position to help other people. That's what I'm being given with this card. And some of you, you know, of course, this card indicates nature, getting out there. This is your animal instincts. So I feel that whatever the tower energy you experienced, I feel like you realize actually intuitively you knew it. You were right on something, and it kind of highlights not to doubt your intuition ever again. And of course, I'm seeing, you know, a month where animals have an affinity to you. Some of you may even feel like, you know what, I trust animals more than humans after, you know, there's a friend thing going on for you in that part of the year. So it could be that you have this thought like, you know what, I'm going to surround myself with animals. But actually, there's a lot of good humans out there too. Some of you may actually have a pet adopt you in that month of November, or maybe even vice versa. You decide to adopt a pet, okay? And it could be that you've maybe even found a pet that you want to adopt earlier in the year, but it gets finalized after checks and things like that in the month of November for you. So we have the Empress, okay? So this is about you feeling really good about yourself, confident about yourself, especially after you've rejuvenated and done some self-care routines during the previous month. I feel like you're having a glow up personally. I also see that a lot of fruition and prosperity is around you. Something you worked really hard for, you've had a massive breakthrough in, and you can see evidence that you did a really good job for 2025. So I feel this card indicates, you know, an energy of everything in bloom. Everything as it should be. There's a lot of kindness about you in this month, unconditional love. And I don't mean kindness about you. I mean people being kind to you. Someone could offer you like a surprise free thing in this month. It could be a free coffee. It could be a card, a gift, for example. I feel something comes to you without you even like purchasing it. So I just get an energy that it's gifted to you in the month of November. Of course, we have like certain seasonal events in and around that time where things could be gifted, but I feel it's not connected to that. I feel it's like, you know, unexpected. Let's put it that way. Also, I see in this month that there's an energy of pregnancy as well. Okay, so it could be that you hear about someone being pregnant, or if some of you, you know, found out that you're pregnant during that tower moment, it could be that if you have a pet, your pet really kind of identifies that you're pregnant and like is staying close to your bump. For example, if you've got like a cat or a dog, it could be that it's snuggling up in that month of November, really realizing that, you know, baby is growing, for example. And of course, that's coming out there. It may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor every energy that comes through, because there's a lot of you, everything just bursts out, and I have to sort of mention what I see, what I feel, all of those things. But I would say this is a great month for you to be noticed. either in your career, if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like things are really, solidified by then. I feel you're very instinctive. You've made great decisions. On this card, there's so many different animals there. So, the wolf, for example, is a pathfinder. The giraffe is about the visionary, and seeing ahead. The horse is about making progress. So I feel like you are using all these attributes to make you strong and make you the person you are. You're instinctive. You're finding new landscapes. You're being bold. You're being daring. You're being a visionary. You're actually standing your ground on things. And I feel like you really honor who you are in this month and how far you've come. There's a lot of personal development in this month in particular. Let me just pull a quick card on that one for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? Queen of Swords. Okay, some of you, if you've had an argument with someone previously in the year, specifically in July, August, this person, they may come towards you to talk. Harsh words were said, and I feel like you may be interested to see what this person has to say, but ultimately I feel like you're turning your back on this person, okay? There's something about somebody and you kind of like, no. Erecting healthier boundaries, standing up for what you believe in as well. I also feel this is a very organized month for you to remain on target, be direct, but be concise about what it is that you want. You're making a decision, and I feel like you're basically doing what is right for you, okay? And I also get an energy here of strategy, new plans in motion for you. Also, I see a lot of you documenting things this year. So either you're promising yourself to write a journal, or some of you are writing. Perhaps you're writing a book, for example. Could be that you actually partner up with, because I'm getting strong vibes at the beginning of the year of like being published or having some sort of connection partnership with somebody. But I feel there's someone new that you meet in the month of November. And this person, they are no nonsense business. People, when this person comes, they get out of their way. This person's very strict. They're very direct. They're very harsh, and they're a bit of a critic. But they love you and they love what you're about. So I would definitely say that there is a moment where you meet someone in your industry, if you're in a career, for example, even if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a client. This is a no-nonsense person. People fear this person. People respect this person as well, but they command a certain level of gravitas and they tell it how it is. And I feel like you really like that because you do the same. And there is a connection there where both of you get on. So whatever, this person offers as a service or whoever they are to you, I feel there is a camaraderie there. And both of you kind of work really well together if it is a working relationship. I mean, it could be a neighbor, but I feel more than anything, it's for people who are in a career there too. Now, as we move to December, we have rain, okay? So there's been a lot of sun in your reading, but of course we've got rain there, and I did mention that of course you need all those ingredients to be very prosperous, to really help things flourish. And it literally says fecundity rain, which means all your ideas are taking shape throughout the year. They're very prosperous. There's a lot of money there available to you to tap into. It basically indicates as well that you're coming to an end of a cycle. There's new seeds growing, new ideas bubbling up for 2026. And, this is a tree trunk. So I feel like you leave the year on a stable note, safe note, that things went well. You've created a platform. You're going from strength to strength. And when you reduce it, it's 35, which is 8, the number of the self. December is a month to prioritize your own needs. I feel this is about you taking stock of things. This will be a great bonus month for a lot of you. There could be new money in this month. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for some of you there. But this card, it literally means that the conditions of greater prosperity are being met. And that's throughout the year. You kind of are in a review period in December, and you realize that everything will be well. I feel like you are honoring, cleansing yourself of outdated views. You don't want to remain stagnant, and everything that you need to grow and aspire to the lifestyle that you desire, it shall be delivered to you. And you'll see more evidence of that even in December there. And I would say this is a big detox month as well, especially at the end of it. But that could be the cusp because we're going in from the new year, period there too. So let me just pull final cards on that month for you. December is a very fertile month when it comes to ideas, but also, again, it could be a very fertile month to get pregnant too. But I feel there's a couple of months there where you could get pregnant. This would be more of a planned pregnancy month is what I'm being given there. So there's a lot of Geminis out there listening to this. So it's going to be different sporadic energies for each of you. But we've got that lion there again. So strength, so self-care, being bold, being daring. And again, because it is December, it means you're kind of breaking the chains to the past. So it means that you're ready and empowered for the next year ahead as well. So I feel there's an energy of you being tenacious, but also being really strong, that you endured the year and that you made good of all the opportunities that came your way. And I feel like you are a tower of power. That's the energy that I've got. We'll go a little bit deeper before I close your reading. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so that's family, stable home, stable environment, great money. Ten of Pentacles, you invested in yourself and the rewards are there. You're attracting more. This is a card of abundance, of mastery. It's a card of wealth and health and knowledge. So I feel like you're able to step back and observe the results of what you built through your dedication and your hard work. And you're claiming ownership of, all the opportunities that came your way. And I feel this is about you achieving a level of mastery in your life. And, your knowledge took you there. And I feel, this is about family gathering together and also loyalty of the people that you allow into your life. So strong end to the year there too. So let's get some final cards. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Any final advice cards or messages that they need to be aware of for their year ahead? Okay. We have 2 there. We have... There you go. A danger foreseen is half avoided. Now, I only picked up on that tower there, and I feel like you're prepared for it. I don't think it's danger. I got to be honest with you. I pulled cards on it, and it was the Wheel of Fortune and the 6 of Cups. So I feel it's not dangerous, but I feel your intuition is at an all-time high this year. So it's almost like if you preempt a potential problem, I feel like you avoid it. A lot of you are avoiding something that has the potential to be detrimental there. And also we've got anger. I feel it's connected to this tower, okay? So it could be that tensions are high in that month, and that's the month that you really need to be aware of. It says, where there is anger, there is always pain underneath. Conflict, resentment, arguments, and clash. But I feel, that's really like the flag of the year for you to kind of look out for, where tensions could be high. I feel like you're managing your stress levels. I feel like you're not allowing things get to a critical point. You're removing yourself from drama. Anger is actually the byproduct of someone else overstepping a boundary, or you feeling that there's something amiss in your life. Anger, it ends up hurting ourselves, but it is a measure that something needs to change and that we must not accept something to continue because it is hurting us. So we've also got, don't allow a scarcity mindset to limit your success. There's a lot of success available to you this year, and I feel like you're all for it. I feel like you're open to it, and I feel like you're making major progress. And of course, there's going to be some moments along the way where you feel there's a missing ingredient. I feel 2 moments where you're like, I'd really love that, but it hasn't shown up. But then you conquer it, you get it, and then you're on to the next. But I feel more than anything, you're coming from a viewpoint of being really grateful for what you have right now, even for the things that you don't have right now, because I feel being grateful to know that they're on their way is changing your mindset. Thoughts become things, and you are very cerebral, my beautiful Gemini, and you know that some great things are on their way for you, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket or room before we close. Okay, so we have an umbrella, okay, and that of course is about protection, especially for any storms that are to be weathered throughout the year. But also the umbrella can indicate things are lifting off, or things are covered, shall we say. I would also say, because the umbrella came out with the cherries, I would say protect yourself against quick fixes or knee-jerk reactions, okay? Cherries can represent temptation, but also I feel a lot of you are going to get the cherry on top this year, literally. It could also be something that is sweet, always, has something hard at its center. So it can be something that is hard to accomplish will be sweet, essentially, when it is rewarded to you. So I'll leave it there. I feel a lot of you are focusing on your health this year as well, and I feel that perhaps vitamin C for a lot of you, because cherries can be very high in vitamin C. Perhaps this is something that you've been keeping your eye on this year as well. So I'll just leave it like that. So I hope something resonates there for you, my beautiful Gemini. If you'd like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is think about the world, the earth itself, and really surround it with a bright light of healing and happiness, because I feel we really will need it this year. And that's all I ask of you. Just take a moment to really visualize that for the world, to change the vibration. And in the comments box below, all you have to do is put a heart emoji and a world emoji, and I'll enter you into a free competition to win a free personal reading. I'll announce the winner in February, okay? And if you don't have access to a heart emoji or a world emoji, just put heart world or world heart, whatever, and I will still enter you in, okay? So thank you so much, and love and light.